Welcome back, guys. My name is Lieutenant Nathaniel Flint of the Landship Scorpios, and today we're just trying to get through quickly, hopefully a small video, famous last words, trying to get through quickly the two new blogs that have come out for Rivet Wars this week that have some new stuff, some cool stuff to react to, as well as trying to get it out before the next blog comes out, which I'm sure there will be some form of next blog. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first blog that I want to touch on that was new was talking about Mechs, talking about the plug system, which I really liked, and we got some new stuff. So first off, we get to see the newly revised General Paxton and the Hacksaw turret, who look great. General Paxton always looked great in blue. He had a more traditional look, a very Americanized look, over the top in his stuff. But they definitely updated him pretty nicely. And then, of course, the Hacksaw turret is always looking good there. I want to move on because we get to see the new card for the Hacksaw turret. I'm not sure if there's any changes here. If there's a lot of changes, but we do get to see it looking nice in the new Allied blue. And then we have General Paxton over here. We're not seeing a whole lot of change. He does cost a Rivet as a plug to put in. He does give an extra movement to whoever he's plugged into, as we can see over here. And he still provides Tank Shock 1. So, not seeing a lot of difference, but he is a returning plug, and Steamforged Games has said that not everything is going to change. So, he still looks good. I really like it. Of course, the big thing in this blog is they continue talking about mechs and their plugs with the Nemoans. I apologize, Steamforged Games. You've made it very clear that it's Nemoans. Nemoans, not Nemoans. I'm going to try very hard to correct myself. So, this was the Helios mech unit. Let me make sure. Helios Air Mech. This is the one that we've seen in the comics. This is the one we've seen painted up. So, they're showing it off here. However, the new piece of information that we learned is that this little cockpit is not, like, this isn't the dude that we've seen in it all the time. He is a plug, and the mech has a little cockpit here that is a plug port. So they were showing off, this dude is who we've seen in it before. These are the plugs for the Nemoans. And thanks to Decar over at the Discord, as well as the Board Game Geek forums, he was very quick to point out that these are the two plugs we'll be talking about today, based on this blog. But if you notice, this guy's different. It's not the same. So we get to see three new, what we assume are hero plugs for the Nemoans. Well, we see three new plugs. We'll talk about hero or not. And I want to start off by talking about this one right here, the hero plug for the Nemoans. And she looks very familiar, doesn't she? That is because we have seen her before. But they released her stat card, and there's a lot to talk about with the Nemoan stat cards. So first off, confirmed, her name is Commander Athena. So that's what the wings kind of represent, kind of the more traditionalized helmet. It looks a little bit more Greek, a little bit more someone threw out Atlantean inspired, which would make sense for the Nemoans. They are a subterranean faction, and if they were Atlantean, they would also make sense that they would be like advanced underneath the surface. We can see the new Nemoan icon with the drill and the kind of metallic wings. I love it. I am on board. I absolutely love it. So we see that her special here is +1 movement. They get a +1 movement. She also has close quarter. When attacking enemies in adjacent squares, this unit's attack grants an additional die. So this is really cool. So presumably whatever the mech or whatever her normal model unit thing is going to have a die set down and tell us how they attack. But this gets you to force this unit or the pluggable unit that she is plugged into to get up close and personal actually into the fight in order to do more with the attack or attacks that you get from them. This is a very good way to get hero units up and into the fight. So we also know that she is the other unit that we've seen. So this is definitely a hero unit. And we are seeing that she'll be able to get up close, assuming she provides extra movement speed. As a plug, she does that, so she'll have a lot of speed, a lot of mobility, and be able to get up close and actually fight. That's one thing I really liked about units like these that heavily encourage getting in close. I feel like everyone's so worried about wasting the cost to heroes that they end up kind of staying back. So I really like this kind of motif of encouraging them to move a lot closer. So I'm not going to spend too long on this. I mean, they're a plug. I think the star will denote them as a hero. We got the name, Commander Athena. Super cool. The green, of course, my favorite color is green, so this works very well. So next we'll talk about this plug here. So this is actually, in the blog, they were talking about hero plugs and non-hero plugs, which I call utility plugs, and things like that. This is actually the Nemoan non-hero plug. That's correct. It's not a straight-up hero. It is the Helios pilot, and as I thought, the star denoted hero, so it is not them. So this guy will be able to plug into wherever you want. He only costs a single deployment point to plug in, so that's kind of nice. He provides only a special anti-air. Oh yes, I love this. As the Landship Scorpios lore is also basically a land submarine who specializes in anti-air. I definitely appreciate this. Anti-air. When attacking air units, this unit's attacks gains an additional die. I really like this direction of specials that are like, just give them an additional die if they're up and in the fight. So that's going to be this dude's special, is the Helios pilot, is going after those air units. And I think this is going to be great. He's called the Helios pilot, so he'll be sitting pretty inside this mech suit, the Helios air mech suit. However, he'll also be able to go into other things. So if I'm sure tactically that will be really, really nice. I would appreciate it if he got an air range added so that you can ensure that whatever plug he goes into will get an air range and then be able to make use of that extra die attack. But I think that this is good too. He'll be able to just go right in here and go out and attack and give this guy an extra dice roll against air units. So I think that's really cool. All right, and then we got another blog post. This blog post was talking about ways to play. So for newer players and things, it talks about generally how you end up playing regularly. It talks about how it has different game modes. They talked about the campaign. They talked about a 2v2 mode where you share an army and how that would end up kind of working. Didn't go into it completely, but a nice little nod towards how they think that would end up working. They also talk about a cooperative mode, 2 players playing against an AI using the 2v2 rules, except it's you 2 against an AI. So I really like that they included those. However, the reason why I'm rolling it into this video is we've got some new things to look at. So they showed off the AI cards, which are really like this little brain filled with cogs and doodads. So we've got an AI cards. This is for deployment. It looks like it will tell you how many rivets that they gain, or this is how many rivets they have to use for this card. And then this is what the AI will use to deploy. So it's mixed deployment. So the way that we got some clarification in the, I think it's the forums or it's in the Discord. We got some clarification. So these cards are meant to be read from top down, and there are multiple of these deployment cards. So this is not the one deployment card that is sent out. So you basically will go down the line deploying units for the AI in this order. And you'll keep going until they can no longer deploy anything. So you have one infantry, you'll deploy one infantry for them. Then it's one support, you'll deploy one support for them. Another infantry, one infantry. If you still have time, it's like, hey, deploy their cavalry. Hey, deploy any plugs if they have stuff left over, and you can deploy plugs. And then lastly, deploy a tank. These are not always going to be in this order. There are different deployment cards for the AI. So you'll be pulling deployment cards, and you'll be able to put them out in this way. I do want to make note of they changed the support icon to be from the little motorbike guy to be a artillery piece. I love this personally. When you had a cavalry person, but most of the cavalry cards were motorbikes, people got a little bit confused when I tried to correct them that the motorbike denoted support. Now it's an artillery piece. We've got a few pieces that this would fit that do count as support. So this is going to clear up a lot quicker that there is a cavalry type and there is a support type. I really like this change. That's the thing I really want to talk about with this. And lastly, a special faction-based cards to give them a little bit of an edge. So this one is for Blight gas vents. And this is when this is drawn, it said place a face-up gas token on each strategic objective that isn't controlled by the Blight. Until the Blight's next turn, Blight units don't suffer damage from gas tokens. So this is really pushing home a lot of the Blight's gas usage, and it gives all their people on this turn immunity to gas. So this will greatly help the Blight. My thought is that this is a powerful card. I'm now understanding. Jamie said a few times that people were having trouble beating the AI, that they had to actually tone it back a little bit. I think I understand why now. Like it would be very difficult. Like, a little bit overpowered maybe. Again, this is just one of the cards, and this would be one instance of it. This kind of feels like the Blight getting like an AI action card, which I kind of like. And also, after a while, people are going to understand how the AI cards work. So cards like this do just straight up be like, hey, is the AI not in an advantageous position? Then do this thing and suffer attack rolls. So I really do like it. Decar pointed out a typo, which they are already aware of. So no giving them crap in the comments down below. They're already aware of it. We made sure of that. We've already given them the appropriate amount of crap. And I'm liking the look of these AI cards, and I'm liking the direction they're going in. So I feel pretty confident. And with that, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to end this with enough time to hopefully quickly edit it and throw it up before the next blog happens and I miss out yet again. The Kickstarter is coming up. The Kickstarter is coming up. Guys, the Kickstarter is coming September 6th through September the 16th. We already are at 4,637 followers. This is so big. Wow, this is going to be a really good Kickstarter, hopefully. Remember, it is only 10 days, so do come to this page, the Kickstarter page, and make sure that you follow the Kickstarter so that you are updated as soon as possible once the Kickstarter is released. Do keep in mind that the Nemoans are Kickstarter exclusive. So do make sure that you follow so you can back within those 10 days and ensure that you have your space saved to get your Nemoans when the time comes. Also keep in mind that they have mentioned a late pledge manager, which means you can back at a smaller thing and then see how much money you have, save up over a little bit, and then upgrade when you are ready. So it is important to back to save your spot in the pledge manager at least, to make sure that you don't miss out on the Nemoans. And with that, that's all for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. Links are going to be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more steampunk content on this channel, which for now and for the foreseeable future is going to be Rivet Wars related, but I do plan on other steampunk related videos, not just Rivet Wars crazy. And thank you guys so much. I really don't have much else to say, so let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.